guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Cassie Ray, and I own the blog and everything called Honestly Bear. And then I also have another channel called Not Just Cass, where I have vlogs and I talk about holistic wellness as well as essential oils, just all the things. So if you're interested in either one of those things, please subscribe to one of those channels or both of my channels. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about how to guard your heart on social media. So there is no good place to do a video at all in my apartment because everything is just moved and messed up and everything like that. And there's no good lighting because of just the way it is today, and the sun is not 100% out. So here we are. Also, I wanted to mention this is my mug. I got it thrifted. Who's excited? Me. Also, sorry. It is just disgusting outside. Okay, anyways, the other channel that I have, which is Not Just Cass, I wanted to mention is going to be changing just like this much. So I will be having vlogs, but that will be very far and few between. I will only be vlogging things that are really memorable to me that I would want to remember forever. Those are the only things that I would be vlogging every single day. I'm not going to be doing it as like a job anymore. I'm just going to be doing it as like funsies things that I'm going to be doing that I would want to remember. So I will have less vlogs on there. So if you enjoyed those, I'm really sorry. But I will be switching over to videos, like sit down videos talking about zero waste and also about holistic living. And those are the two categories that I'm going to kind of stick to for that channel. I just think that it just makes sense for me to do that. I love zero waste. I love holistic medicine, and so to share that with you guys is really important. I learned a lot from other people on YouTube through that, as well as just like resources, like books and different things like that. So I figured that I would just do that and be a part of that because I love talking about it. I love being a part of it. And so that's something that's going to be changing. So that's what that's all about. And then what else? I think that's it. So let's get into this video. So, social media. It is a great thing. It is a terrible thing. And I'm going to take off these glasses because they're reflecting a lot. Sorry. It is a great thing. And it's also a terrible thing all at one time. What I mean by that is, like, it's a great thing because, again, you learn a lot of things. You do a lot of things. You are starting to have such an amazing community on there. I have learned so much from you guys. You have learned so much from me. It's an awesome kind of thing that we have going. However, it can also be a very toxic place, right? Like right now, there in this world are more people suffering from depression and anxiety than ever before. So the amount of depression and anxiety is extremely high right now, and that is directly linked to social media, the internet, all the things like that. All of the social media such as Facebook, Instagram, even like Netflix, anything that is internet related, even YouTube, knows every single thing about you. It knows when you dated, or like who you dated and your ex. It knows how long you stayed on that picture that you looked at. It knows every single thing about you. It knows your political status. It knows literally everything, which is, there's a thing outside my house, which is kind of concerning. It's not a bad, I mean, it is a bad thing because there's an invasion of privacy, but I feel like whenever we are on social media, we kind of sign up for the invasion of privacy. We know that whatever it is on our iPhone, whatever it is in the world, we are signing up for our whole entire identity to be taken. And with that, we need to know how to guard our heart on social media. It is increasingly important that we make sure that we keep our minds and our hearts safe, as well as ourselves safe. You need to make sure that you aren't posting anything that could give a potential kidnapper or potential harmer any type of information about you, so that way you can stay safe. And that's something that we really need to focus on and pay attention to, especially in this world, especially women, as well as young children, men. They're basically all in the same direct line of being attacked by social media in all the different ways, such as depression, anxiety, mentally, physically, all the things. So we need to make sure that we are taking care of our children, ourselves, and our family. So with that, let's talk about how to do that. I'm going to do this in more of a biblical translation. So if you need more practical tips, different things like that, I would say there are plenty of other resources out there to do that. So please go ahead and go find those and do some research on your own about what social media is doing to your mind whenever you are on it, as well as just the overall sense of what social media is and what it does to your body. So with that, let's get started. So as a biblical kind of perspective on social media, it gives a plethora of opportunities for you to compare yourself to everyone else. It gives you a plethora of ways to hate your life, because comparison is the theft of joy. I talk about this on my Not Just Cass podcast, where I talk about, like, you know what, your body, comparing yourself to other people is gonna like steal all your joy. And in the Bible it says that we are going to lose our joy because we are comparing ourselves to a bunch of people. We're comparing ourselves to everyone, and we shouldn't. We should not be doing that. We should be just really focusing and paying attention to ourselves and our family, and helping those that need help, and not spending so much time on your phone. I did this thing with myself where I just did like this little like test, because I do that all the time, and I spent as much time 1 week on my phone as possible, like as much time as I possibly could. Every waking moment I spent on my phone for a week. And then the next week I was very conscientious as to how much I was spending and like how much time I was spending on my phone. The first week I spent 7 hours on my phone. 7 hours. The next week I spent 4.5 hours. What? Whenever you're more conscious of your thoughts and your processes and what you're doing, I shaved off, what was that, 4, 5, 6, I shaved off 3 hours just being conscious of it, conscientious of it. And I shaved off 3 hours just thinking about it. Like just thinking about like, okay, I'm not gonna be on my phone right now, or I'm not gonna, shaved off 3 hours. I was on my phone for 7 hours in 1 week. That is an hour a day, which is not extensive, but what else could I be doing in that hour? Like, what else could I be doing that's helping other people, helping my family, helping my relationship, helping my mental health? What could I be doing in that hour, in that day, instead of focusing on other people's lives? Like, I'm consuming everyone else's stuff, and I'm not able to give the word of God, or I'm not able to do the things that I'm supposed to be doing because I'm so consumed by everything. And I listened to this video by Father Mike Schmitz, which I will hopefully link down below if I remember. If not, it's in my hacks playlist. Anyways, I was like listening to that, and he was saying how now what is plaguing Christians and Catholics and everyone like that is the fact that we are so consumed with what is next. We are so consumed with like the next thing that we are going to do and take in and consume. We're just so consumed with being consumed that we cannot just sit in the Lord's presence. We are purposely filling ourselves with a bunch of other information that we never can see God anymore. Like, we can't just take that time to just seek God and sit in his presence and look outside and see his beauty. Like, we aren't doing that anymore because we are so consumed with being consumed. We are so like worried about what we're doing and how we're doing it and all the things like that. And it's just so mind-boggling that we do that. And I know that my whole like side business is on social media. I know I have a blog. I already know. I know these things. But I purposely just do purpose work on social media. Every now and then I will be scrolling. Every now and then you will catch me scrolling, but it's no more than 30 minutes in a day for scrolling and posting. That's it. I give myself 30 minutes and that is it. And I set a timer on my phone and that is all that I do. And within those 30 minutes, I try to post as much as I can post on all 3 of my platforms, or 5 of my platforms on social media. And I try to get everything done that I can within those 30 minutes. And then after that, it is my time to show the world God. That is my moment, and that is what I do, because I prefer talking to people face to face, praying with people face to face, seeing people and being in relationships with people as much as I can face to face. Now, does it happen all the time? No. Does social media, like, are there DMs that happen that I have to contact and talk about? Yes, of course, because my whole business, my whole coaching business and my wellness company, as well as like this, all require me to be able to contact you guys and be back with you guys, because it's all client based. And I think that is where it gets tricky, because a lot of people have social media influences and they have businesses on social media, and I understand. I get it. It's so difficult, right? But we need to make sure that we are so mindful, right? Just being mindful is one step in a direction that can help you, because what we're doing is being consumed by so many things that we forget that God is right next to us. We don't feel him, and we feel numb to the world because we are not plugged in to God. We are not putting on his eyes and his ears and his heart, eyes and his ears. We are not living as if God was with us, right? Like, we are not living as if God was living within us. And I think that we need to really focus on that, try really hard to do that, because that is where we're going to be happy, is within God's peace and God's happiness and God's love. And if we're so focused on what other people are doing and being consumed with other people's things that they're feeding us, and we're consuming what they're putting out, and we aren't consuming what God wants us to be putting out, that is where we can get like kind of in this like weird transition. And I also wanted to point out that it's okay to follow people that don't have the same mindset as you, but you have to be able to step away from the things that they post that you know that you're not going to do. For instance, I follow this girl who does not believe in God. She does not believe in anything to do with God, but I love her zero waste content. Love it. Like, I love everything that she does with zero waste. Everything. She's incredible. She has given me such influence in my life with kind of like this zero waste mindset. And I think she has helped me kind of like grow and morph into this person who cares about the environment. And she has helped me come up with my own convictions. She has helped me, like, given me different ideas. Point being, I love her content of that. However, I believe in God. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe in his presence in my life. And whenever she talks about her morning routine, how she goes to her altar and she prays, it is not my altar. That is not my God. That is not what I believe. And I'm able to separate myself from that whenever I see it in her stories, or whenever I see it in her videos, or whatever it may be. Any of her content where it doesn't talk about God, I'm able to separate myself and just look at her zero waste content, or just look at her ways of, because she does a lot of like inspirational quotes and things like that. I look at those and I look at her zero waste content, and I'm able to separate myself from her spiritual side, from her spiritual content, because I do not believe in it. I do not believe in the God that she believes in. I do not believe in anything. I believe in one God, and I believe that He is the truth, the way, and the life, and that is my peace, that is my passion, that is my drive for all day, every day kind of life, and that is the glue that sticks and keeps me together whenever life falls apart, because it does. And learning to guard your heart and keep reiterating truth, right? Like, you can watch a Netflix documentary about why God is not real, but if you believe that God is real and you believe it in your heart, you know that that documentary can't be real. You can watch it, but you can't let it get to your heart. You can listen to the ways and the reasons why they think God is not real, so that way you can come up with the reasons and say why God is real. But remember that you should pray before you watch things like that. You should guard your heart and ask God to help you guard your heart, and say, like, I'm only watching this and I'm only seeing this so that way I can have either more tips on like zero waste stuff, or so that way I can be able to have better arguments as to why God is real. But you have to put the armor on of God. Like, the armor of God is so real, it is so true, and you have to believe in it to be able to have it. And social media is a place where we literally get fed so many things and so many lies from the devil, because he uses that to hurt your connection with God. We have to pray before we go on social media. I do that now, and it has changed and revolutionized the way that I do my social media. I pray before I go on. I say, Lord, just help me to find things that will be able to help other people, give them resources that they need, help me to say something that will help inspire someone, etc. That is what I pray about. And then I get on social media and I do my postings, I look at other people's stuff, and then I get off of it, right? That itself makes God become a part of your situation. It makes God a part of what you're looking at, and it drives your mental and your heart, your mental, what is the word I'm trying to think of? It drives what you're looking at. It guides your eyes, because you, whenever you're looking on social media, your eyes are there, your heart is there, and your mind is there. And that is where God needs to be whenever you're looking on social media. So whenever you go on social media, before you get on there, pray for Him to either guide your eyes, guard your heart, and speak truth to your mind. That is what you need to pray about whenever you get on social media. And it could be just as quick as that. Like, you could say, Lord, please guide my eyes, guard my heart, and fill truth in my mind whenever I look on social media. And then get on your Instagram, get on Facebook, get on whatever it may be. And in that moment, you're asking God to be a part of the present moment. You're asking Him to be a part of something that you know is going to possibly consume you, right? And I can't tell you how much this has changed my life, because I went on social media and I would pray that, I would do that kind of thing, and I would get on there and I would look, and almost every single thing I looked at, like on the top, you know, like on Instagram has those like little bubbles or whatever, and it has like all the people that you look at most. Only the Christian or positive affirmations, like little bubbles, were on the top. And that has happened every single time that I've prayed, and other times that I haven't seen it. And I've been able to, whenever I say like guide my eyes, the Lord has done it, which is it's incredible, because I will pray that. I will get on social media and I will see only things that will help me help other people, and be able to post it on my story, something that I needed to see. And all the extra fluff that people post about this or that, I don't see anymore. I don't pay attention to it. I don't take the time to read it, to look at it, to whatever. And with that, and asking God to be in your presence, your algorithm changes on those social media platforms to where you only see things that you care about. There's so many great things when inviting God to be a part of your life. Social media is no different. Social media is just as important. And you need to invite God into the present moment. That's with anything. That's with any temptation. The devil uses every single type of social media platform. He uses every single type of way that he can take you away from God. He does it, and he does it with a purpose, and he fights hard, and you have to fight back even harder. And putting on the armor of God every single day, and no matter what it is, even with social media, is so vitally important. And I pray that whatever you are doing today, and however you came across this video, that you pray from now on about seeing things that God would want you to see on social media. Remember, guide your eyes, guard your heart, and fill your mind with truth. Amen. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for coming back to this channel. If you have any prayer requests, please use the link below to send them in. And I'll be praying for you. I'm sending my love, my peace, and my prayers. Bye, guys.